The fourth question is again very it's close to my heart. What would be the impact on the campus recruitment by the Indian INC due to the COVID-19 outbreak? How do you see it going on after the break?
Yeah. And we touched on this briefly in your opening question around what do you think about the job market?
Yes.
In my mind, I think all of the large corporates, we included, I think we are trying our best to ensure that, whatever commitments that we have made, we fulfill them, including, the range of options or range of measures being taken. One is to, just like we have the moratorium on, loan repayments. Similarly, many companies have adopted a stance where they would do a moratorium on business changes that leads to retrenchment. That is one aspect. The other aspect that large companies are thinking about is not just about moratorium on changes leading to people impact, but also for those people who have been recently displaced, who have not been able to find themselves a new role. There is also economic assistance that companies are trying to put together. And then for specifically, I think the question was around campus recruitments. For those commitments that have already made, I think most of the companies are trying to facilitate work from home for these new recruits in such a way that while they may not immediately be able to operate from the principal place of work, but they start understanding the ethos of the company and all of those things by virtue of being part of this remote workforce. So many things people are on their own doing. In fact, not just being focused on short-term results, but being focused on long-term. There's this classic difference between stakeholder, or in the past it was, shareholder being the principal driver of what motivates company behavior, to now something called conscious capitalism or stakeholder capitalism, which talks about not just good for the company, but good for the society and good for the community.
Right.
There are many examples that I can cite about not just on the job market side, but also in terms of contributing to the community. Companies are coming forward. So it's hard to retain objectivity at this point in time, but I want your listeners to go away feeling a sense of optimism that companies are doing their best to ensure that we keep the economy and the company moving forward. So those are continuing to be at the center of what drives and moves us.
So those who have missed it from the beginning, you can catch the full interview on my YouTube channel, The Process Pro Kaushik Majumder.